Hello and welcome to your dumbbell deadlift. This deadlift is a little bit different than what you might see in your program called the RDL, where we are practicing a hip hinge that brings the chest down. In this exercise, we are really focusing on keeping the chest lifted, and it almost looks and feels more similar to a squat in nature because we are going to be sending our hips back and down. And what really is different is that we'll be holding the weights in a farmer's carry position down by our sides. So for this exercise, you do want to move towards a heavier weight, heavier for you. So that's a little bit different for everyone. I have two 15s here. This is a pretty moderate place for me. You could certainly start with two 10s, or you could definitely go higher in weight. And this might be something that changes throughout the course of your program as well. So depending on if you're watching this video phase 1, 2, or 3, you can make an informed decision. So let me show you the exercise and then we will move through it together for our 8 to 10 repetitions. So with this exercise, we're going to, as always, keep our chest lifted as we come down to pick up our weights, holding them either side of the body. I'll show you from the front and then I'll show you from the side. So we take our feet about hip width distance, toes can point forward or they can turn out slightly. Find what feels better for your feet and your hips. And then we're going to find a little brace in the core. So you'll find a hug of your belly in and around, like it's kind of bracing around the belly there. And then from here, we're going to lift the chest, feel those shoulders hug together and slide gently down the back, keeping the chin slightly tucked, back of the neck long. Keeping all of that, we're going to sit the hips back and down. Weights are just going to stay by the side with the shoulders gently squeezing together until you find your depth. And then push through those feet, the glutes will bring you back up to stand. Let me show you that again from the front in one smooth motion here. So we find our weights, we set the shoulders, find our head position, and then sitting those hips back and down, chest stays lifted. Push through those feet, come back up. Now from here, I just want to turn to the side and show you what that looks like from the side. Again, it'll feel and look pretty similar to your squat position. Feet come about hip width distance, little lift of the chest, feeling the shoulder blades hug together on the back. And then finding that nice brace of the core, you'll start to sit those hips back and down, push through the feet, come back up. One more time here. Sitting those hips back and down, push through the feet, come back up. Now, what's most important with this exercise as we are starting to load it heavier is that we don't want to let the weights pull the chest forward. And we're keeping the chest lifted as we move through the movement pattern here. So shoulders hug together, chest is broad, hips go back. We keep that chest lifted. This is different than our RDL where the hips go back and our chest also drops down. So we're not doing that one. Rather, we're keeping the chest lifted. Ready to do some together? You'll want to grab your moderate, heavy-ish weights. And then I'm going to show you from the side. I think that's a better way to view this exercise. So we'll do 8 repetitions together. If it's feeling pretty easy and like you have a little left in the tank, you can go up to 10. But we do want to be lifting heavy enough that we start to feel pretty tired by 8. Okay? So go ahead, we'll grab our weights here, keeping the chest lifted as you pick those off the floor, holding one weight in each hand. Draw the shoulders gently together on the back. Find that good posture with your head stacking ears over shoulder. Feet are hip width distance. You've got a gentle brace around your core, and we're going to sit the hips back and down like you're going for a chair here, keeping the chest broad, weights by your side. Push through those feet to come up. Sit back and down for 2. Push through the feet, come back up. Keeping the chest lifted. You might feel that this becomes a bit of a posture exercise as you work to keep the shoulder blades gently hugging together. That's 4. When you come all the way back up to stand, we want to make sure that we're finding a little squeeze of the glutes at the top, just enough to get hips, shoulders, and head stacking, not so much that we press the pelvis forward. We've got 2 more here. Inhale as you go down. Exhale to push to stand. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. When you set those weights down, soft bend in the knees, nice broad chest, place those weights on the floor, and then feel free to give your hands a little shake. Take a moment to recover, and then you'll repeat this for the number of sets listed in your program. Great job.